What's going on, everybody? Adam here with the etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pewag 7mm LT studded truck chain on our 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe. What we have here is a ladder pattern style chain, but if you're looking for an extremely aggressive off-road chain, you found it. These are going to have twist links, but they have these massive studs welded onto the end there, so this is going to be for those extreme cases that you need to get out of. Not meant for road use. You will absolutely destroy whatever kind of concrete you're driving over with these big old studs. That being said, it is made of a manganese-nickel alloy steel, so it's going to be extra strong, resisting against all of the salt and stuff that may be on the trails if you're going on some sort of treated trail. But these are extremely tough, so they are going to hold up over time. They will eventually start to wear down, but since they're off-road use, I really don't think they're going to wear down much at all. One thing I like about these is you get them extremely tight with the cams. I really like the cams just because if we're moving a heavier vehicle and we really need that to be nice and solid to the tire, so we're not going to get any slippage between the tire and the chain, they're extremely tight. And then we do have a rubber tensioner. It doesn't come with it, but we don't really have to worry about this scratching our wheels at all. And as you can see, none of the chains really drape over that wheel as well. These are going to be meant for just your back wheels, but always just check your owner's manual to see if the Tahoe can put them on the front wheels. It does come in a pack of 2. Comes in a big old bag like this, so it's easy to get both of them in there. You can even get the rubber tensioners in there as well, and it does come with the tool. This isn't the best bag in my opinion, just because it's not as neat looking as some of the other type of carrying cases that are hard plastic, but this is definitely an upgrade from some of those canvas bags as they tend to rip. These don't rip near as often, but again, not the best carrying case. All in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward installation, so let's go ahead and show you how. First things first, what we want to do is lay out our chains, make sure they're not tangled up or anything like that, and we do want to make sure that we have the studs facing away from the tire, of course, and then the hooks that they connect to. There's a smooth side and a side that's going to be a little bit more abrasive. We want to make sure the smooth side is going to be facing towards the tire just to prevent any unnecessary damage. And then, of course, we want the cams to be on the outside of the tire because we will need to access those later. Once all that's figured out, go ahead and grab your chains in the middle and drape them over the tire. We want to make sure it's nice and even, both front to back, and then of course side to side as well. Get them nice and even. And once that's all good, we're going to go around back and make our first connection. So on one side we're going to have a series of links, and then on the other side we're going to have this hook here. And what we want to do is pick the right link for the best fit. I highly recommend doing this in your garage so we don't have to figure all this out when we're laying in snow if we ever get stuck. So definitely do that. If you don't necessarily love the fact that we're having to come down here and make this connection in the back, we do have a couple of different tire chains that aren't going to require us to do that, so definitely look into those. But it's not impossible. I got it done. I'll meet you around front to make our second connection. Same deal in the front. So I'm going to be using the second link right here. So I use the first one in the back and the second link on this one, but obviously there's still a lot of play. But the nice thing about these chains is we have these cams to tighten all that up. And it does come with the tool. So we want to take the tool and rotate them. And as you can see, it kind of takes a lot of that slack out. We don't have to do all of them, but if we can, without using excessive force, I definitely recommend doing that. We still have a little bit of play, so what we could try to do is undo all these cams and maybe go to the third link if possible. So like I said, definitely do this in your garage to figure out which one's the best so we don't have to figure all that out. So I can get to the third link. It's a little bit harder, but it's definitely possible, and that's going to help it get the nice fit that we want. So now we got a lot more tension on these cams. So that's pretty much tight, but if you are doing the last one and it's still pretty difficult, you don't have to, but this one wasn't that bad. It is still a little bit of play, but we still have a rubber tensioner to put on. This is what the tensioner looks like. You just got to scroll down on the web page that you're on, and it will be in the related parts section of that page. The only thing we need to do is just make sure we put those hooks facing out, just so they're not going to puncture our tire or anything like that. Then, of course, we want to be as symmetrical as we can when hooking these up, so we evenly distribute all of that pressure throughout the chain. Now, we want you to get back in the vehicle, roll over it a couple of times, and then come back out. Make sure it's still nice and tight, and if it is, we're ready to hit the road. Well, everyone, that just about does it for our look at the Pewag 7mm studded LT truck chains on our 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe.